So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through some fake Pokemon cards, and we're going to talk about how to tell the difference between real and fake cards, both in the pack and out of the pack. So, if you're like us, and you buy a lot of Pokemon, and you sometimes buy them online, like eBay or other places, but you're always searching and looking up stuff, then you're probably getting some advertisements for Pokemon. Now, most of them are probably real, especially if they're based in the United States, but I kept seeing ads for Pokemon booster boxes from Chinese websites, which goes without saying it's going to be fake. If it looks too good to be true, probably is. And the first side of that was that it was like $5 or $6 for a booster box. But I figured, you know what, let me buy this so that we can take a look at it and I can show the kids how you can tell the differences. And now I'd like to share that to all of you so that you can hopefully be protected, both shopping online but also when you're in person. Because, funnily enough, we saw a lot of these very same style of fake cards at a swap meet. Remember? And we saw all those golden ones.
Oh yeah, at Trader's Village.
Yeah. And I said, I've never seen any of these before.
And
these can't be real.
A way to tell they're fake is if you can't pull them up, that means they don't exist, so they can't possibly be real.
Now, that's one thing, but we've been collecting Pokemon for a long time. Even the kids have been collecting Pokemon for several years now, and so they know that they have never seen those cards in the sets. But we're going to look a little more closely at these cards and figure out how to tell the difference. So, I have our box here. The one that we're going to look at is Battle Styles box. So you can see right here the first thing, here's the packaging that came from China, and it's got the information on it, but clearly, you know, suspicious that they're going to send these packages straight from China, alright? Unfortunately, I already opened the box, we opened some of the cards, but one of the other things that was a big tell on this box is that the plastic wrapping that comes in a booster box to act as a seal, the Pokemon ball seals were very small compared to other booster boxes. Mm-hmm. I would say about the size of a quarter. Whereas they were smaller than a quarter. Whereas on a real booster box, like here's a Journey Together booster box that we're going to open later, you can see that it's actually much bigger, almost the size of a $50, certainly bigger than a quarter. So that was the first sign that something was wrong. Second thing was just looking at the box. A lot of the things that should be clear are kind of blurry. For example, the Pokemon Center, or the Pokemon logo here, it's bigger than it should be, and it's a little blurry. And you can see, compared to a real one, this image is sharp. One other thing that was a big signal to me, comparing it to a real booster box, if you had one to compare to, is on the bottom. On the bottom, you can see here there's the barcode, and there's a little bit more information on here, right?
But on the fake box, there's none of that. It's just blank
On
white.
the fake box, it is blank. There is nothing on the bottom of that box. So that was a sign. Also, when you put them next to each other, you can see one shorter and wider. The fake one is narrower, so you can tell the differences there as well. Alright, so now we'll open it up. Now we're not going to open the Journey Together box just yet, we'll do that in a different video. But here's another thing. So let's find the packer, here we go, perfect. So out of that sleeve pack, I just pulled this booster pack, okay?
And there's already a difference. They said 9 additional game cards. On the real pack it says 10.
Clearly a sign, good catch. So here's one of the fake Chinese ones. And he's right. You can see it says 10 additional game cards, but the fake one says 9. Now again, if you've been collecting Pokemon for a while, you know that the top and bottom of the booster packs are never serrated. But look at this. On the fake one, it's serrated on top and it's serrated on bottom. Now here's another big sign. I've got this little scale here. It's a real small scale, so we can get really accurate weights. Now, if we take the real pack, a booster pack, now it'll vary a little bit, maybe a gram or two, depending on the series and the set and the era and everything.
And what cards are in it.
But you can see here, it should be around 22 grams. This one's about 22.4 grams. Again, it might vary 1 gram, maybe 2 grams, depending on the series or the set. But take a look at this.
Probably lighter.
14 grams. It's 10 whole grams lighter, almost half the weight. And that shows in the cards. And now you can also look at the colors, and the colors are way off. For whatever reason, the colors in the Chinese pack are a lot more vibrant, which you might think, oh, maybe that means it's real, but it's not. Don't be fooled. Looking at the back of them, again, just like the outside of the booster box.
There's no barcode.
Yep, there's no barcode. And just like the outside of the booster box, we know on the booster packs, they put a lot of information on here, right? They really dress it up.
And on the little tag back there, it doesn't even say gotta catch 'em all.
It doesn't say any of the stuff it should say. This has all of the logos, all of the information, the copyright down here. It's all on there. But on the fake one, on the back, it says none of that. There's no barcode. There's no description.
No nothing.
There's no online gameplay thing. Just this big Sword and Shield Battle Styles logo with this little catch 'em all thing right here. All right, so now we're going to open it up.
That's the fake one,
So this is the fake one we're opening.
And you'll find another way. The cards are always so off-centered. It's not possible that they are real.
Yep, the cards are off-centered. There's a lot of difference in the color of them, too. Just look at the difference between this one and the rest of them. It's a lot lighter in color. It looks bad right off the bat, right? Now we'll open the real pack and the real cards.
And also, we found in these packs that some of the time, we found Evolving Skies inside it. We found Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike.
So it should be battle styles. It's a good point. We'll get to that in a second. We'll look at them. But of course, obviously, in the real one, there's a code card. In the fake one, no code card. Okay, now look at the difference of the backs between some of these. You can see a clear difference again in color. The fake ones have a lot more bright color, but it doesn't look as sharp.
And it's off-centered by a lot.
And the sizes. Look at the size difference. Look at this card. It's a little bit smaller, both shorter and not as wide. Now, in a regular pack, as most of you probably know if you're watching this, you're going to have usually 3 hollows. In this era, it might have been a little bit different, and it's not the Sword and Shield, or it's not the Scarlet and Violet we're in now, but here's 1 hollow, okay? And as James was saying, you can see they're all off-center. They're also...
And they're all fusions. There's a bunch of different expansions in there.
Yeah, this one actually, it's all battle style. Well, just the hollow is different. The rest are all battle styles, so that's a first. We've opened some that aren't, and we'll open a few more so you can see. They're also glossier than there should be. Instead of these they're not glossy and they're not quite matte, but they're more matte than they are glossy. And these are very shiny and glossy.
And another way is the feel. These feel really junky, the fake ones, but these real ones feel kind of like the paper/cardboard that a normal card feels.
Definitely. Now again, if we take the scale here, we put on the scale 3 of the fake cards. We'll do non-hollows, okay? We're going to get, and we're doing 3 to get an average, right? About 1.4 grams per card, or 4.2 grams for 3 cards. Where if we take 3 regular cards, top 3 cards on the real pack, we got a Chimico, a Honedge, and a Horsia, okay? So we're going to put those on the scale. And again, you can see a whole gram difference between the 3 cards. That is 1.4 grams versus 1.7 grams per card, a clear sign. Now, just for fun, let's go through the rest of this pack here and see what we got. These are the real cards.
So yeah, we had a rare for Stone Joiner.
We got a reverse Poniard, and that's it, a regular non-hollow Stone Joiner. So that's how you can tell the major differences there. Now let's open some more of the fake packs.
And another way is the back of the pack. You'll see there's a gap in the little thing, so that it's easy to rip apart.
Yep, and we've opened some of them already, so we'll show you some of the higher end cards that are clearly fakes. But we'll see if we can get a few more pulls, and we'll do the differences between them.
I can open a couple, right?
Yeah, go ahead and start opening them.
They're just so easy to open too. They don't feel real. And the cards are put in upside down from the picture.
So in this one, here's a great example. Here's a Ziora V. You can see how the border is way thicker than it should be. Let me move the scale out of the shot here. The border is way thicker than it should be. There's way too much black around the top, especially the top, but also on the left and right. And then again, if you look at the back, it's a little blurry. It's a little glossy. Versus compare that to the real one. It doesn't look like it's super blurry when you're looking at it on its own, but put it next to a real one, and you can tell even in the camera here how much sharper the Pokeball in the real card is.
Oh, and I found another difference. Look at every single card you find in here. Almost every card is a rare. That's another difference. Almost every card is rare.
Yeah, you can see on this Lick Lily that it's way off center. We all know that based on the production and you know what series you're getting in a certain set, the backs of the Pokemon cards might be a little bit off center, right? We always look for that 70-30 rule or better. But on this one, you can see how it's way off center on the front from right to left. So clearly that's not right. Here's another pack of the fake cards. We'll look for some of these rare ones so that we can really look at the differences. So we're just going to keep opening these, and we'll show you some of those. We'll do a little bit more comparison.
No pulls in there.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. We're not getting any big ones here, but I'll show you some of the ridiculous pulls that we got before. Cards where they're so rare, we've never actually pulled them. And see, here you go. Here's another great sign that it's not right. The pull, the Flareon V, is upside down. I don't know about y'all, but I have rarely ever seen, especially in the modern series, a Pokemon pack from a legitimate dealer from the actual Pokemon place. I've rarely ever seen a pack of Pokemon cards where there is a card upside down. But there you go. That's supposed to be the good card in it. And they so obviously put it in after the fact because it's a fake card. And again, you can look at that major off-center. It's almost hard to think that it's real. Like, they don't even want you to think it's real. They're so bad. Here's another one.
Again, Zero upside down, and...
Yep, this one too. The Vaporeon was upside down.
You have to use the pack trick 3 or 4 cards from the back to get it in. You go straight through these and you'll get your pull at the back.
Here's the Ziora V, and you can see again, the color is way off. And it actually looks better on the camera than it does in real life. But you can see it's also very off-center. Alright, now just in case you're wondering, what we're going to do with these when we're done is we're going to burn them. We're going to burn them all up because I don't want anybody to come buy these and get duped and lose money on fake cards. So we're gonna throw them in the fire pit. Maybe we'll throw a quick clip of that in the end of the video, but that way nobody accidentally buys these cards thinking they're getting a good deal.
Boom! That's an Evolving Skies pull.
Yep, again, you can see not the right set, and also it's way darker than it should be, see, in this one. And obviously you shouldn't be getting a high quality card in every one. Here's the Vaporeon V.
You never get a pull in every pack, and you probably will never.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with pull rates, I encourage you to check out our videos or some of the other big names on YouTube that open Pokemon cards regularly. You can see what a realistic pull rate is per packs and per booster boxes. Here it is again, upside down, this Gyarados V.
Found another one. It's a Chandelier V Max. And this is a Fusion Strike pull.
It's funny, actually, in the first couple of packs there, they were almost... the first 2 or 3 packs we opened, they were normal, but now we're getting all Vs or V-Stars or good pulls out of these other packs. Every single one, which is another sign that it's not real cards.
And even in some of the best pull-rated packs, you will not get something that good.
So there's another one. Every one now.
This time, I still had a Hollow Burgulator, and it's again a Fusion Strike card.
Actually, I just noticed this as well. Normally, when you open the box, it has a bit of a cut in here to make it easier to post it up, like people will do when they put them on display at their legitimate Pokemon shops. And this one doesn't have that cut, so it's another difference between the fake box and the real box.
And yeah, the cards are put upside down in the pack.
Here's a Slowking.
And a Landorus Hollow.
And let me ask you, James, what do what have you noticed about some of the differences between the way that the material of the pack feels versus what a real pack feels like?
I have opened a Battle Styles pack before. This feels so thin and fake. A real pack wrapper feels nice and fake and protective.
I almost wouldn't say that it feels thicker or thinner, but that it just feels different. It's like a different kind of material than what it should be.
And also, these are so much easier to open.
And then look at these. Here's another great sign. So I noticed this in some other packs, but look how all of the corners. See if I can get a good shot.
And these even look fake.
So
first glance,
all the corners in here,
but
they're all severely damaged, and they're all kind of cut up in the same way. I have never before seen that past quality control in a real pack.
And why this Shadow Rider looks fake?
Yeah.
I have the real card, and to tell you, that is Chilling Reign.
You have it upstairs?
Yeah, I have it in my psychic deck.
All right, I'm gonna give James a minute to go grab that, and we'll compare those two. Go get the card.
Okay.
Be quick. All right. Again, here's a Golurk V, and you can see it's off center. It's really dark, way darker than it should be. Almost so dark you can't even see it on the camera. And, you know, it just obviously doesn't look good. Now, here's some of the other cards that we pulled out of the packs that we opened before we started the video. Let me just clean up here real quick. Some of the other cards that we pulled. The rarest of the rare, right? It doesn't even make any sense because it's supposed to be Sword and Shield. But here, in one of these fake Battle Styles packs, was this Venusaur EX from the Mew, the 151 set. It makes no sense that it's in there. And of course, this card would be an extremely expensive card if it were real. But we just pull it out of here like we're pulling these out of every pack. Here are the other ones that we got out of this set. Just ridiculous.
I have the card. It's in a sleeve, of course, because it's a V. But yeah.
And again, here's these cards, these especially, right? And here's some more that are the silver frames from the Scarlet and Violet era. But the Blastoise EX and the Squirtle, they would never be non-hollow in Scarlet and Violet. But here they are, right here. Blastoise EX and the regular Squirtle, both from the Mew 151. And they're not hollow. That is a clear sign that something is wrong.
I just noticed something.
What did you notice?
About the real V versus the fake V. Look, the real V, the hollow, goes the way corner to corner. This one, it goes side to side.
That's very interesting.
Not diagonal.
Let's see if we can get that on the camera. So he's saying in the hollow, yeah, we could totally see it. These lines going across, right? They go from top left to bottom right diagonally. But on the fake one, it goes left to right. There's no way to get it to go up and down. You can see the lines going up. Great catch, James. But yeah, let's look at the difference here. Let's see if we can see
the
it.
card also looks... the sides are so much bigger. The centering is so much bigger.
So you stop shaking the table. So you can see the centering on the real card. Very good. We'll take this out of the sleeve too, so you can see it a bit better.
I don't care about the card much.
So this card on the front, like I was saying before, on the front they're usually very well centered. You can see it's well centered on both sides, but on this one, look how thick it is on the left side. It's absurd how thick it is on the left side. And then we flip it over, and just looking at the copyright, look at this. So if you look at the bottom, I'll zoom in a little bit here. If you look at the bottom, right, where it says copyright 2021, here's the real one on the bottom. It's wider and it's clearer, but if you look at the fake one, it takes up a lot less space. There we go, now we can see it. It takes up a lot less space, and it's a lot less clear. The color on it doesn't look right. So just looking at the two of them, again, the color, you can tell from the right, by comparison right here, that it's made of a different glossy material versus this matte one on the left, the real one, where you can see the difference between the quality. And that really shows in the colors and the vibrancy, where the packs are more vibrant on the outside, and the backs are almost a little more vibrant than the real one. The right side, the fake card, is almost more vibrant than the left side, the real card. But when you look at the part we care about, right, the art on the front of the card, you can see that it's a lot more colorful and a lot better looking on the real card in my hand here than on this fake one on the table.
And another sign of it is Battle Styles was made about, I don't know,
4 years ago.
4 years, probably like 2 years before the Scarlet and Violet era, I think, around 2.
About.
So if you're pulling Scarlet and Violet era cards out of a Battle Styles pack,
Yeah, it's obviously not
Scarlet
right.
and Violet did not exist when Battle Styles was released. So this fake. So that's an indication. This was made obviously later than Battle Styles. It was made years later.
Yep.
In 2023, at least, because Mew isn't coming out of that.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to throw in before we end?
Nothing that I recall.
All right. So some of the signs, right? Just on the box doesn't look right. When you're holding the two boxes next to each other, all that weight adds up, and the real box feels a lot heavier than the fake one. So that's the first sign right there. Missing logos or barcodes or language that should normally be on a box. In this case, on the bottom of the box. That's a sign. When you're holding the packs, the real pack versus the fake pack, it'll feel different, it'll feel lighter. And then when you're looking at the difference of the cards, there'll be blurriness, there'll be something off-centered. And one more thing, I thought we had some of those gold cards in here. I really wanted to show those.
There was never any gold cards in it.
Well, that's too bad. But anyway, so just in the differences between the quality of the color of the cards, you'll be able to tell the difference. But anyway, I hope this helps. I hope this protects you. Don't make the mistake. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right.
Hang on, I think I just caught something.
What's that?
So, I've seen this before. If you rip the fake card apart, we should do energy, you'll find it's just white on the inside. But if you rip the real card, you'll find the little black ink lines on what the fake card had, just white.
That's interesting. So let's tear this
That
one
may
off.
just be first edition, but...
Yep, you can tell it's not the right kind of paper. That's cheap white paper. Yep. Okay, so here we've got plenty of these energies. As much as I really, as a lifelong collector of Pokemon, I don't want to destroy the cards, but this metal energy is going to sacrifice itself so that we can do this video,
If you
all right?
don't want to see this, back away or close your eyes.
If you're easily offended, close your eyes. We're going to tear this real metal energy in half and compare it. Okay. Much thicker. You can see it's actually two pieces of paper as well. And right?
It's got the lines on it. It's got the black line on it.
Here's the fake one, which is, it's just solid paper printed on both sides, versus the real one, where you can tell it's clearly a higher quality manufacturing.
And another thing, the real card ripped so much more neatly than the fake.
That's a really good point. Yeah, we have, like when you tear a normal piece of paper, you have all these weird, jaggedy edges like a key, versus on the fake one, it ripped really straight across because it's of a much higher quality.
Now, the metal one was real.
I know the metal one was real, yeah. All right. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. If you enjoy this video or others, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.